Welcome to London News. I'm John, broadcasting live from central London. We have breaking news coming from the LGT Academy at Maxwell Leadership Research and Development in New York, part of Maxwell Leadership Institute, a psychological research institute established with the mission of making leadership the best it can be in our lifetime. I'm joined by my international correspondents Pete and Allie with more on this story. Allie, what can you tell us?
Thanks, John. We learned at approximately 10 a.m. Eastern Time yesterday, leadership's grand theory, a long sought-after theory by a generation of scholars, was uncovered. Our team of scientists and researchers are working to find out more. As we understand, it is poised to have a major impact on people, planet, and profit in ways that greatly exceed any theory in modern times in the space of social science. It is said the theory will deliver the best in leadership towards the best in life, and the best in life towards the best in leadership. Back to you in London, John.
Thanks, Allie. This is great. It comes at such an important time, with multiple crises looming around the globe. Let's now speak to reporter Pete in Washington, D.C.
Thank you, John. Yes, it is great when you consider those called leaders were at the centre of the actions not taken to prevent SARS-CoV-2 after warnings from the SARS epidemic in 2004. The IMF estimates $11 trillion in direct costs and $24 trillion in lost output due to the pandemic. Johns Hopkins University of Medicine recently reported over 6 million deaths. The fall of the Afghan government, the ousting of Sri Lanka's president, the revolts in Iraq, the ongoing 11-year civil war in Syria, Russia's aggression in Ukraine, divisions in nations, school shootings in America, and the many other crises. Scholars such as Curfey and Pfeffer critiqued the state of the development industry over the past 2 decades. While scholars such as Bolden, Gosling and Farrell pointed to the many paradoxes in research. Grint, Wang and others pointed to a topic explicitly neglected by most studies. But the thing I do not understand with all these crises, low trust and low confidence polls relating to the state of leadership over 2 decades, why do organisations spend tens of billions knowing leadership was without a central theory? Particularly when, in the Milken Institute and the Harris poll, 63% of the survey's participants say their leaders are out of touch with the rest of the country. The Ogders-Bernstein Leadership Confidence Index 2020 reveals, across the world, only 15% of executives are confident in their leaders to deliver. The McKinsey quarterly article reported a mere 7% believed their companies were developing effective leaders back in 2017. The world sees a need for a paradigm shift, and it looks like leadership's grand theory will be the premise of the shift. Over to you, John.
Thanks, Pete. This really is some story. Let's now go back to reporter Allie. She has more.
Thanks, John. We learned that the inquiry was partly inspired by the late James McGregor Burns, Pulitzer Prize winner, presidential biographer, and leadership scholar. The founder of Leadership's Grand Theory is Kenneth Maxwell Nance, a leadership scholar practitioner, a top leadership expert, and practitioner for over 4 decades. He led in one of the world's largest organizations and rated in the top of the 10% of his peers internationally for a career. Kenneth Maxwell Nance will be a key lecturer at the world's first Leadership's Grand Theory Academy, beginning with 2 million global learners from 7 continents. The long-term goal is to reach 4 billion learners through its members, partners, and collaborators. Over to you, John.
Thanks again, Allie. This really is some story. We must contact the founder for an interview. If any of you have any further information, please do let us know here at London News.